This video is intended as a guide to help those who are planning to build their own shooting range. It's put together with photos taken approximately 20 years ago when I built my range. This is some pictures of what the land looked like before the grading process began. As you can see, the land was just a mess with snarled vegetation, but one thing was clear: it had a good backstop. Step one was finding a contractor to clear and grade the land, and here's some photographs of that process. We actually had so much vegetation that was piled up that I had a fire burning to get rid of it for a solid week, 24 hours a day. The contractor's name is Dwayne. He and I ended up bonding. I ran the chainsaw quite a bit while he was using the machine, but what ended up happening during the process of putting in the pond, which was part of the range, he ended up breaking a track inside the pond with the dam already constructed. The water started filling up and his front end loader was getting ready to be sunk. And I ended up helping him long into the night. I brought my welder down, we muscled the track around and welded it in back together, and he ended up being able to drive out of the pond. And then he came back later after fixing the track on his dozer properly. Once the grading was complete, I started working on the shooting house itself. I built the house on skids so I could put it right close to the property line. This is my son helping, my wife helping hold up a wall. I tried to build the house out of materials that would stand the test of time, which they had. I used hardy board for the exterior and just tried to make the house so it was stable. Getting the ridge pole up by myself was quite a chore. I actually used this method here with a board to balance it on, which was crazy. I cut a little eagle up for the pivot mechanism for the leverage of holding the door open. And if you are more interested, I actually have a video that I'll link in the description to what the shooting house looks like. Here's me painting. This is me standing on the top of a ladder, which I highly don't recommend. More working on the roof. Couple more pictures of painting here. And here's a picture of the house partially constructed from the other side of the pond. And another one. It's just a nice quiet setting. One thing that's really enjoyable when I'm not shooting, or when I am shooting, sometimes I'll just take a break and lay down on the chaise lounge in the shooting house and just enjoy myself, listen to the birds in the summer. It's great. More pictures of the house under construction. I just took it step by step over time, and I tried to keep material costs low. Here's some pictures of the inside, and like I said, you can check out the full video of that. Here's the original paint scheme. I got this green paint on sale at Lowe's because I was about out of money during the construction process. This is the first winter. This is the first year of the range. The grass had come in and had some targets placed. This is the pistol range. It looks similar today, just more targets. More pictures of the range. I taught myself to weld to build these steel targets. Now, a couple years later, maybe a year or two in, I decided to expand the range, and I rented a Bobcat to dig into some rock on the side, and also to fill up a ditch that ran behind this Bobcat is where it's located. And I put pipe in there, buried it. Here's a picture of that process. It just gave a lot more room to the range. The shooting house is wonderful, but it does not lend itself to having more than a couple people shooting. So a couple years ago, I decided to expand the range and have a spot where I could have multiple people. And I ended up putting in this small little range with a covered area. And my intention is to build a few more benches. I only have one currently, and this is 25-yard range. Here's a picture of the house, the shooting house as it looks today. And I really thank you for watching. I hope you find this interesting. If you have any comments, questions on building a range, just hit me up in the comments. I'd love to answer those, let you know my experiences. And again, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button.